Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello.
And we're bringing you today our new tank.
Yeah, with a picture.
It's got a picture on it. Normally mail order stuff seems to come in an annoying white box.
With how to paint.
And this has got pictures on it, it's great. Yeah, which means I could put it up on our display.
Fantastic.
See, they don't think this stuff through when they don't realise that you run a YouTube channel and you want people to see their stuff and they're not wanting to show you. So this is the tank. It's for the Primaris Marines. Now I had to say something interesting. I went into Games Workshop. This is an interesting story. This we went in, didn't we? And we went in and we said we don't get any 40k stuff at all. We want to buy lots, didn't we? And the first thing he said was, "You can buy a hover tank." And I thought that is the stupidest thing for the Space Marines to use ever. What is wrong with Games Workshop? Well, they're nuts. They watch too much manga. Okay? I'm not even going to start on that Dreadnought guy where the Space Marine sits in a little seat inside the Dreadnought. It's like that machine off Avatar. You know the machine thing where you sit in it? Alien, when Ripley's fighting the Queen in the machine. Yeah, it looks like that. It looks stupid. It's like, that's what Dreadnoughts are for, right? Why would you have one that you can be piloted by a Marine? And if you've got a Dreadnought that can be piloted by a Marine, put an Imperial Guard in it. Why waste a Marine? Right? Just put an armoured cupola on the top, stick an Imperial Guard, make 1,000 of them, stick Imperial Guards in them and just send them to the front. Right? Don't waste a Space Marine on something like that. It's dumb. Anyway, sorry, I've got sidetracked. This is a hover tank. Now, I thought it was silly, but, it's actually not as dumb as it sounds, right? Now, normal Primaris Marines cannot use standard equipment. They use Primaris type equipment, right? So only Primaris Marines can travel inside hover vehicles. Normal Marines can't, because the rules say so. So you have to buy different things for the different types of Marines. Reality, I don't think it really matters in the real world, but who cares?
Money.
Yeah, money, that's the word. But who cares? We've got both, so it doesn't matter. Right, so I'll pop it open and then we'll continue with my... And the box even stands up by itself. And that for Games Workshop, that is amazing. That is amazing.
It's perfectly balanced.
Yeah, it's perfectly designed. The box is just one of the greatest designed boxes.
Screw this, just do the box review.
Yeah, the box is great. If you want to get the box, and on the back there's some awesome pictures. In fact, if you have this box, you don't need the kit. You can just look at it and maybe just get the vehicle and just put it on a little piece of plastic there and say it's the vehicle, which is what they used to do. But you know when you used to get an army box, they'd have a little cardboard cutout of a bolt thrower or a dreadnought or a dragon or something, and then you just put that on the table and you played with it as if it was a model.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what you used to do. I am that old. Right, so here we have the how to build, and okay, it looks really complicated.
Oh my god.
It looks really complicated. Yeah, it looks very, very complicated.
It looks better than how the old schematic for how to build a Predator tank and that.
That's true. That's
true. They're really old.
Yeah.
That's what these are for. The base.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. So what we got? Lots of weapons and stuff you can use. It's cool. It's a tank and it's designed for the Primaris Marines. So you need Primaris Marines in order to play with them. Now, given that it's used by Primaris Marines, I would assume this tank comes from the technocracy, the Iranian technocracy. So this tank was probably designed by the STC computer that Horus captured from the Iranian technocracy and then sent to Kabahal on Mars in order to get the Martians to go on the people who would become the Adeptus Mechanicus, get them to side with the Horus as traitors. So I would assume that is why this hasn't been in the game, right? Because Cole was designing these things or mass producing them But as we know, the only person who knew he was doing it was Gilman, and he was dead. So, and Dawn as well, but he was dead too. So there was no one to tell Cole to initiate the program. So he probably had tens of thousands of these built, ready to be supplied to the Imperium, and all these Marines that were fast asleep in their little Bobo chambers, and no one told him to turn them on because no one gave him the order. Now, after reading the books, I don't think Cole's that sort of guy, to be honest. I think Cole's the sort of guy who would actually do it himself. But
no, because I think he's already made a mistake by siding with Horus and...
No, Cole didn't side with Horus, he sided with the Empire.
Never mind.
But Cabot Howell, he sided with Horus.
Maybe he just couldn't be asked.
Maybe he was just happy building stuff and just never thought about the rest of the universe.
Yeah, good point. He might also make a pristine job lot.
Yeah, probably. Given that this is Aurelian, or Aurelian? Is it Aurelian technocracy or Aurelian technocracy? One of those thingies technocracies. It's look, read the books. It does not entirely look like an Imperial ship, but it does have all the sort of, well, actually, I'm not using a picture, I'll use the model itself. There we go. The design on the side is very Imperial with the slab plating and everything. So what they've really done, they've got a hover vehicle, which is clearly comes from that STC, the standard template construct, and they've put a armoured Land Raider hull on the top of it, which actually makes sense because it makes it easier to move a Land Raider around. Land Raiders are really big, heavy vehicles, and this is a way of making a Land Raider fly. And if you read the descriptions, when they've been used, they don't hover. It's not like a hover vehicle like in Star Wars.
No, they sell it.
No, listen. When it drives forward, it actually crushes the ground underneath it. The gravitic field actually crushes metal and stones under it as it drives forward, and crushes Space Marine armour. Just implodes on itself because of the weight is actually underneath the vehicle. The gravitic field just crushes everything as it goes past. It's really awesome when you think about it. So yeah, this is going to be fun to put together. Actually, the worst thing I've ever put together from Games Workshop is the chariot. That was bad.
Flashbacks.
Massive flashbacks from that. Right, that putting together that, not fun. Not fun, not shiny face, not happy face. Many days of stress. But this also looks like it's going to be many days of stress too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks quite complicated. I have yet to see any sort of kits out to convert these into other Space Marine forces, but given that it looks very Land Raider-y, or a lot of the bits seem Land Raider-y, you could probably use the, like the kits, the Dark Angels kits, the kits you get to upgrade your vehicles and change chapter, those ones. I'm not really sure how well they'll work on these, but I'm not doing that yet because this is just for my Imperial fists, so they're going to be pretty standard. And you get a base for it to stand on, which is so cute. This little base. And
can't forget these then.
Oh, here we go. Go on.
Transfers.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, go on.
And you only need, it says here, Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're the most important, as you see. So there you go. Most important group of people, right there. Okay.
Right. If you're not doing it for the Ultramarines, feel free to do your own.
No, just Ultramarines.
So yeah, it looks, in a way, it looks kind of modern, sci-fi modern. More than 40k stuff normally looks sci-fi modern. 40k is very distinctive. It's sort of slabby. It's like it's built in bulk. Everything's built to look bulky. Well, Imperial stuff is anyway. It's built to be flat-sided and slabbed, and you can see the massive plates of steel Semirite laid layer on layer on top, and so you can see it around the top, but you can't see it on the actual way the actual machinery underneath seems to work. So that probably doesn't make any sense to you, but it makes sense in my head. Anyway, so what do you think?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? On a scale of 1 to 10?
Unlucky for the person underneath it.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's already dead. Otherwise he gets crushed.
Well, if you think about it, repulsor technology has been around for a long time, right? Well, obviously it's been around for 40,000 years, but the Imperium uses jet bikes, right, which use repulsor technology, right? You don't seem to get jet bikes around these days, but jet bikes were a big thing in the past. So repulsor tech is around, and let's face it, if you get something, hang on, if you get something like this to fly, right, this flies, right? If this can fly, there's no reason you can't make a tank fly. Because seriously, this is a brick. It's a brick with wings, that's all it is. And if you can make this fly, you can make a tank fly, that's it. So it makes complete sense in the 40k universe to have a hobby vehicle that's a tank.
Suppose so.
Anything? Yeah. So, any questions on it?
No. Happens an awful lot of bits.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of bits. I'm just looking. You see, it's got massive engines on the back, and I'm assuming the engines on the back are actually not to propel it forwards.
They're probably power cells to keep it hovering.
I presume it's to cool the engines. So what you see as engines on the back are actually coolant. In the way a Space Marine wears a backpack, that looks like a pack that would make it fly because it's got the nozzles and everything on it. But this is actually to vent all the heat created by the engine of that keeps the Space Marine suit running. So yeah, that's what I'm guessing. So I'm guessing they're exhaust ports for the engine and not the...
They don't look like engines to me.
No, they don't. And anyway, engines on the back like
covered.
that. Yeah, and you'd get burnt to death when you climbed out the back of the vehicle as well. So it'd be just silly.
Maybe it has heretics in it.
Well, you just tie heretics to the back. Maybe it's powered by heretics.
Yeah.
It's got tiny heretics inside pedaling bicycles, and that's where the engine power comes from. Oh no, sorry, it's the will of the Emperor that makes it work.
Oh, sorry.
It's the machine spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes it work. So yeah, that's the Repulsor. It's a Repulsor tank. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty good. So yeah, that's it. And that is actually a very good picture of the back, isn't it? That is awesome. That's going on the wall. That one, definitely. Right. So I think that's the end of the video. I just realised I'm hiding behind a box.
Good. That's
Hello, I'm here.
No, back
Oh,
up.
okay. I'll put it back there. That's me best.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Down here.
Thank you very much for watching. That's everything from me.
And everything from him. Goodbye.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I forgot the word.
Put that back down again. Bye.